Oh, it worked. We're live.
Like that one. Do you have your cam or mic on?
Yeah. Okay.
Just in time.
Morning.
Good morning.
Oh
Good
my
morning.
goodness. All right. So, um, hopefully we have sound, and hopefully we are now on Facebook and YouTube. We had apparently we just keep having a little bit of snafu.
Facebook does not like us
No.
anymore.
I know that Facebook is changing some of the ways that people can go on, but it's not supposed to be for like pages. It's supposed to be like for groups and things. But I feel like we're kind of getting swept up in that. But we have green checks, so
All
hopefully,
things should be good.
yes, hopefully we are live on both Facebook and YouTube currently, and
And we're gonna have some fun this morning.
hopefully you can hear us. Yes. So we're talking. So if you can hear us, just give us a little thumbs up or say everything is good. That is always great. We can't, if I put the speaker on here, then
it's
it creates
echoey and it's an
echo,
awful
so
thing, so we
we
can't
can't
actually
tell.
hear. So
All right. So today is the end of March, and we're going to be on live 2 times today. So we're going to be online later on this afternoon doing ruler work stuff. And then this morning is Digital Dealer. So we've mentioned this a couple times now. We're ahead of the game instead of behind. We are actually going to be working on April's, and it's like a charming roll up, or what is it called?
it is called the Charming. Wow, that is really light. Roll up pouch.
Yeah.
So it's got a little zippered area, and then it's got little pockets that you can put, whatever makeup or crafty or whatever
pens or
whatever
whatever,
you would
right?
like it to be. That's the fun part, right?
Yes.
So we are of course going to do the larger one because we always try to do that. So we're going to be working in an 8x12 hoop. There is an option for a 5x7 hoop.
Yeah. The design is actually 3.99 inches by 7.79 inches. So it's really kind of a 4x8 inch.
I could use a 7x12.
Yeah, we could use a 7x12. We don't really have a 4x8 hoop.
No,
We have
no.
a 6x10 hoop.
Which would also work.
Which would work for this particular one. But I think the next design is larger.
Yes, the next one. So there's two parts, just
Yes.
to clarify. Part A will fit. Part B, you do need the 7x12
Yeah, it's
field.
7.5 or 8x12. It's
Yeah,
7.5 by almost 12.
11 and 3/4. So you will need the 8x12 size.
Or larger.
So it does show 6x10 here.
Yeah.
Yep. So yes, 8x12 design or 5x7 design options. We're doing the larger. Part A could be in anything from a 6x10 or larger hoop. Part B, you do need the 8x12 for. So we're going to do 8x12 for both because that's what we got in front of us.
And we have a standard medium cutaway.
We do.
Which is not, a lot of times we're using no-show mesh or sticky
no-show.
stabilizer.
A little bit heavier white.
Yes.
Cutaway.
A lot
not,
of the
not the mesh.
Yeah,
stuff.
Kind of. We do this for bags and crafty things. So
it's
not
going to be
unusual.
a little stiffer support than the whole point of the mesh is that it is soft and malleable. Yeah. This is not as malleable. Yeah. So, all right. We've got everything in the hoop. We're going to start with batting placement. The first color that we're going to see for part A is the quilting lines. So we have in our light teal, you only use 3 colors of thread for this design.
ES 904. So that's exquisite color 904 is the color we chose.
And like I said, we've gone ahead and we're just going to start with that because you don't see the other stitches anyways.
Right. Maybe when it's done stitching that, we can fold that piece back just a little bit so it doesn't block. It's hard to get a good view of the.
I'll just
or
remove
trim
it.
Yeah, she's got her big.
I got my favorite big old scissors here. I'll just get rid of this so that it's not poking up any higher than it has to.
I feel like I'm gonna sneeze.
Well, I apologize ahead of the time. I have the sniffles this morning. So I am so sorry. Okay, that should help a little bit from a viewing capacity. So if you have our kit, we've got the battings all set in there for you. And we're going to tack that down. There is excess fabrics in the kit for some, based on the sizes that you need. The large piece, the pretty petals, you have some excess, but there's not a lot of extra of anything else.
Yeah.
If you're doing the large one, if you're doing the smaller one, then
You'll have
a little bit more. Yes.
So we started cutting our kits a little bit closer to the actual size that you were cutting, so that we could lower the cost
prices of the kits
but
themselves.
There's a bunch of different cuts on the Pretty Petals version, so I think we just gave a fat quarter because
we did give a fat quarter. You need a couple different cuts.
Yeah, that was easier for us to cut. Okay, and now we just need to trim. I don't think those are great scissors. No.
I was thinking we probably should like put all of these in a bag or something and open new ones, but we were waiting on new ones. So
yeah. So we're just trimming around the edge.
Let's try these. I think Carolyn probably has the real good ones over where she was sewing.
That makes sense.
Gotta find the sweet spot.
Yeah.
It is nowhere to be found.
Is there one more choice over there? Maybe just do it flat. Sometimes that's the easiest, right?
There we go. Sometimes that angle, when you're trying to do it sideways in the hoop, doesn't
help.
Does not help if you are aiming for a sweet spot. All right, so we're going to have a placement line. I'd probably skip this at home. Just FYI.
Yeah, because you know it needs to go over top of the batting.
This is the smaller of these.
You know, I don't stitch on the littler machines very often, and I'm because I did that little bit of stitching yesterday, it was so much louder than this.
I know, I looked up and I'm like, is that normal?
Right, right.
There is definitely a difference.
Yeah.
For sure. So sorry, excuse me.
Yeah, the bigger, I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? It's got a bigger motor and it's got more space to sort of, I don't know, muffle the sound, I think, a little bit. But yeah, it's, these are so quiet. It just needed to be center-ish, right?
Yeah.
You could, of course, tape that if you wanted.
All right. I'm sure it shocks everybody at home we didn't.
And we probably, do we trim around this? But we probably do
Not
the
yet.
quilting, right?
We do the
so
quilting, and then we have to write on it so that we can identify which piece to match up later. And then so next is the quilting design. We're just gonna hit go all the way down at the bottom. Once this is done, which is a couple minutes, we're gonna mark the right side that it's the right. So they're saying put an R over on the right hand side. And then we'll pop it out of the hoop and we'll trim, but we're only going to trim the stabilizer. Even
that makes sense.
we're not going to trim the fabric at this point either.
Right. Because they're going to go on top of each other.
And then they're going to, and
build
then
the bag. We need
then
to
there's a
seam
little
well.
bit of directions in here
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, that makes sense. We're building this roll up into hoopings, so we're creating probably the outside of the bag now, and then we'll create all of the inside
So sorry,
in
pardon
the
me.
next one. I just
Yep,
snaked
I
that.
see.
Okay.
Yep.
The quilting on here is really cute. It kind of gets lost in the
flower, but
flower
it is
fabric.
cute.
I love quilting and
Words.
Yeah, words put together.
It is harder than it sounds to make that work.
Yes.
And have it work well.
Yeah. Yes. You do a really nice job though when you create the.
Sometimes.
I know how hard you work at it, so it really does come out cute.
It is definitely a challenge though. Hard to get enough stitches that you can tell what it says.
Yeah.
But not so many that it's heavy stitching.
Right.
Which makes that
harder.
And then, finding the font
right.
that will do that for you without falling up or it's not great. Big block letters aren't hard at all. That
right.
one,
That's easier.
That one's easy, but if you're trying to get script stuff, which this is, it can be very, very difficult.
Yeah.
Yep. So this is cute. This project is very cute.
Yes.
I could see myself using this for random, having it not all over the bottom of my bag things.
Yeah, for sure.
So you're using it from an embroidery standpoint, you could have your USBs in the little zippered area.
Right.
Tools or marking pens or a regular pen.
Exactly.
All right, so that is everything that we need to do in the hoop for this piece here. So the first thing that we're going to do is put an R on the right side of the entire piece. And then we're going to remove that from the hoop. We're going to trim only the stabilizer. So I'm going to turn this over and we're doing okay on time though, right? We don't need to worry about.
Yeah, I think we're okay. I was just looking for the folder.
It's DDE.
Yep, I did find it. There's.
You're going to want all the way to the right.
Yep, that is the big one.
So I have just folded up the stabilizer to the stitches and I'm just pushing so that I'm not cutting my stitches.
Yep.
I'm just pushing that along. See, there I'm chopping and I got a couple stitches in there. Got stuck on stitches. Three and 4.
That was really quiet for your phone.
more padding back there to hide the sound. All right, so here again is my right edge. So identify which edge is marked, and then using a ruler and a rotary, we're going to remove only that edge. So I'm going to attempt to make this one work.
You could probably use the little and slide down.
I think it'll be okay.
Okay. I just brought a little rotary cutter.
Along that tack down line. So along that outside edge, I just wanted to make sure that I was
Cutting the right spot.
We're going to line up our ruler to our stitch edge here. And we're going to now cut off that letter R strip. Little, there we go. Okay, so that's going bye-bye. So now we have this here with no excess fabric on the right edge, but we still have a flange of fabric all the way around the outside edge. So that is all we're going to do for hooping number 1. Little thing here, we're going to take this and fold it for placement in a minute. So we're going to set that aside. And then last but not least, we're going to rehoop with stabilizer. Scooch the stabilizer to the right this time. So there's not much over on that left edge. So hopefully that won't block the camera. So we have reloaded. Now we are on file B, and we're back in our 8x12 hoop with another piece of medium cutaway.
No
problemo. No problemo is right. I was like, no what? What? All right.
So do we start with the same, because we're going to do quilting again, right?
Yes, we're going to start with the batting line.
So we're still using that same color ES904. We haven't changed yet, but we're in the second hooping now, loaded the second design. The second design should have like words at the top and some lines, as opposed to just quilting.
So the words we stitch in a darker color. This will be batting placement and quilting itself. And we're basically going to quilt the flowers that are on the other fabric on this one.
Yes.
That's the quilting design that's being used. Kind of cool. All right, we're going to cover that guy up. Oh, did you hear that?
I did.
Ooh.
Just make sure we're covered in the back there.
Yes, do make sure. Sometimes when you're that far back in the hoop, it's hard to see the actual stitch line. So double check and make sure that you are covered back there. It's always very sad when you're having to take out batting stitches.
Yes.
That's not fun.
No, it's not.
Okay. This is a rectangle, not a square. So we'll need to pay a little attention to the direction we put that in. I will.
And then we're going to need to trim around the batting again.
Yep. And then there'll be a placement line of where to put your fabric.
Right. That you could skip if you wanted to, because, you know, it's not super important. Because you kind of know where it's going to be.
You kind of know where it's going to be. You just want to evenly
right.
space your stuff, right?
Yes.
But I'm definitely not gonna be able to trim that in the hoop.
No.
So, or not in the hoop, in the machine.
Right.
So we have
The
to
machine is definitely in a slightly different position too. So do you feel like you're like way over top of on me?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
A little bit.
We are doing the
Oh, it's my favorite one.
the little charming pouch.
I love this one.
Yes. So we did two-parter.
Oh, toothbur.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we like quilted the front part.
Oh, this is small.
That's just the side.
Oh, okay.
That's gonna be the zippered pouch area, if I recall correctly.
There's a zipper on here, or the
Yep.
Yeah, there's a zipper in there.
this lace to hold it. Makes more sense with the zipper, but also makes sense why there's a zipper in the pouch.
Right?
You know, I thought it was elastic that held your palette down.
Yeah. You are most welcome. We love doing our Kimberbell stuff. So I heard there's a new Bella box coming.
April.
I know, it's almost here. Are we getting suckered in again?
I mean, I'm always a sucker when it comes to Kimberbell stuff, so
Oh,
I'll be buying it.
yeah, I'm probably
I'm-
gonna be buying it.
I mean, unless it has like
Unless it's terrible.
some
Unless it's all hot
theme.
pink.
If it's all hot pink, I'd have to
You're
really
out.
think about it. I don't know.
I feel like it. So they keep
If
saying
it's
that
all
something
hot
about
pink, you can buy it and we'll stitch
stitch
it.
it.
But I don't know that I'll be partaking in that.
Yeah.
But or if it's like all bees
Right.
or something that I'm not
Totally
that
into.
would be
Yeah.
the only reason that I wouldn't
Would
buy it.
Yeah.
Is if it was a theme or a complete color scheme that I just can't do.
Can't get into. Yeah.
Um,
I wonder because they keep saying something about jam, so I wonder if there's going to be like strawberries and
yeah. I mean, I'm okay with some pink because pink
Right.
is a nice accent for reds and
Right,
other things.
right.
But if it's like all, I don't know. But I'd still probably buy it and then just use my own fabric.
fabrics. Yeah. All right. So now we need to lay the kind of like the aqua color
So this
solid.
is the solid. Yep. And it is like 8.5 by 9.5 or something like that. So it is close to being a square, but it is not. So make sure that you're putting it on the right way so that you have plenty of overhang everywhere. Good?
Yep. Looks good to me.
Okay. Gonna tack that baby down.
Okay.
We are still using our light teal fabric
Fab-
and thread.
Yeah. Thread. Yeah.
This matches this
Fabric,
nicely.
right.
Is yeah. My words are very, very not good right now. I have had some very strange conversations recently because the words that come out of my mouth are not what I thought they were going to be.
I think I am definitely. Maybe it's in the water here.
Maybe because I'm like, that is not what I meant to say. I'm so sorry. Hang on.
Yeah. Is that what they call like this this really fun time of life that's coming? Like is this the fog?
The fog. If yeah, I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
it's gotten a lot worse in the last couple of weeks for me, which I think is
Probably some
stress
stress.
induced.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm waiting for. I'm already on 4 or 5 shoes, but I'm waiting for the next shoe to drop of what's going to be today's challenge.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It's so much fun.
So much fun. All right, so we have just a few minutes. This is a 6-minute stitch. This is going to be the quilting. We are again leaving this same color in.
Yeah.
You too? Jeff gave me,
Mm-hmm. So
which
like,
was specifically,
right. This is all of, it's like she doesn't have any of this information.
I see that. And these are all sheets.
Right.
Make any sense?
No, maybe I'll just copy and paste the whole line of stuff in there and say, I guess I'm really confused because I have all this linked.
Is this not you?
Right.
I'm so sorry. I thought this older strain was yours. Name. Was there a name on the one that Jeff sent?
Mm-hmm.
And that was it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that came through at the same moment that she hit an inquiry on our website, almost at the same time.
Okay.
So this is a really pretty design.
It is.
Yes.
It's literally like the pretty petals.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Make your own pretty petals.
make your own pretty petals. Exactly. This is really cute. I might buy this design just for that. I mean, it's super cute.
Yeah.
Um, really, no. I don't know.
I mean, do you have your upgrade information still?
But I mean, I was always told I would never need it, so
Right.
where's my lipsticks? Go open them.
Right.
Best regards. Call me. She said he was going to call me.
Yeah.
And this is, does he really think I'm going to just accept that?
Yes. You bought your upgrade here, right?
I did.
Probably have a receipt for it.
They don't always, they don't, didn't used to save software stuff. Sometimes they did.
Mm.
But it was since I started working here, so. I have to look.
I thought it was when you got your Luminaire. Might be on that receipt.
Probably. Yeah. Good point. I don't think Mike and I are going to have a very good relationship.
Morning, Teresa. We are making the Charming Roll Up, which is the April Digital Dealer project. It's done in 2 parts, and we're working on our second part. It's
I had it.
kind of a shoddy picture there.
Yeah, it's not super dark. So the left is a zippered pouch with clear
Clear
vinyl
vinyl.
on top and a lace zipper. And then the right side is little pockets.
Yeah.
So that is what we're working on. And we are currently stitching this. Oh,
Now I moved it already.
I
Sorry.
moved it again. We're currently stitching this piece here and doing these quilting designs in there. Part A was stitching
Like the background of
this
the pocket.
part here that's already stitched. So that was a separate hooping.
This is the longest, it looks like the longest stitch
Yeah,
out.
that makes sense.
You rock into the sound of Tony's having a dance party over there. So Teresa's asking, what can we use it for if we don't crochet? We'll know a little bit more when we get finished, based on the sizes of the pocket pieces. They're showing crochet hooks. But I think like that you can put like pens and pencils.
Yeah, I mean, these are pens.
Um,
These are pens that are in the pocket.
right.
Crochet hooks, turning tool,
Yeah.
fabric marker pen type
Yep.
things.
Yep. Some of your fabric notions. Like the water pen, marking
Like
pen kind of thing.
Something like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might work too, Tony.
Are we going to, we want to change to the darker color for the words?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Good job.
So we are going to rethread the machine, and that one is color number
906. Exquisite.
This is our first color change so far. And we've got some words, something, she lived the life she imagined.
Hey, Tony. I don't know that Mike and I are going to have a really great relationship. Would you like to read this email he sent back?
Good morning from Arizona. Teresa says, you can't see me nodding my head when you're speaking.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there is a picture. They've got a couple different pictures throughout the thing here.
You probably could put makeup brushes in it too.
I think makeup brushes would probably work. Yes.
I'm not big on, I don't have a lot
Yeah.
of makeup brushes.
There's the
so-
crochet hook that was being.
Yeah.
Which angle do I need to go?
There you go. That looks good.
So those are crochet hooks. If you are a crocheter, you could put your stitch markers and a measuring tape and things like that in the zipper pocket. So
Yep.
if you were, that would be a nice nice way to use that. So
Best regards.
would you like to call him? Actually, could you look up my Luminaire receipt? Because it should have the PE11 upgrade on there. In the stores. Peter's wasn't, his was only a 10.
It's ours in the
It's
store.
the stores, which I don't have any record of because it's the stores. He would have just pulled it.
So, when how
But
old do you think
mine,
they're originals?
I'm sorry. Possibly. I don't know that he kept it though. I mean, I don't remember seeing one when I moved everything. But I don't know that I have my box, but we should be able to locate my receipt.
This is cute.
It is. Again, very nice script
Yeah.
there as well.
And
And with the little bit of darker, it blends, but it pops at the
Yeah.
same time. It's not like a, oh, that doesn't look like it belongs.
Right.
This is a nice
Yeah, we didn't have to change the bobbin thread.
No, I was watching to see if we were going to need it, but
I think it helps because there's batting in there. What do you think? Maybe that
yeah,
creates a
it
little bit of
keeps
a buffer
little pull and a
between.
buffer between them. Sure,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Also, because it's not leather. Their leather is so soft.
And then we are supposed to switch back to the light after this one. Do you still have that, or did I steal it? Awesome sauce. Is the background quilting flowers and vines? Yes, it actually looks quite a bit like the petals that are actually in here. So stems and then little flowers on the ends of the, so yes, it is super, super cute. I don't know the answer to that, but I do. This is our kit. So this is not the design, mind you, but the materials for the whole project, which is enough to make either size, $14.99.
And the design itself is $10.
And the design is $10.
Okay.
All right, we are going to switch back out of the darker teal and into that original color. So not a third color, just going back to what we had
Right.
originally.
904, and this is going to look, it looks like it's going to do 3 stitches.
It's going to do 2 little lines, one over here and one over there. It's going to tell us where to put our pocket.
It's going to tell you where to go.
It likes to tell me where to go. Sometimes I listen and sometimes I don't. So sorry. All right. This, right before we started stitching part B, they had you fold your pocket piece in half. So wrong sides together so that we have that pretty line. This is directional, so make sure you fold it the right way. Otherwise, it won't have the same appearance. So we're going to just line up the edge of our fold.
If you are a type A person and you are concerned that the lines will not go exactly on your lines, you might want to fold it the other way.
There is that.
Or maybe substitute to a non-striped fabric.
A non-striped fabric would certainly be,
'Cause
I think it's going to be cute.
It will be very cute, but we can't really
We can't make that adjustment. So it'll be what it is.
Yes.
And you're
Are we
going to
good?
like it or not. I think we're good. So we're going to line up the folded edge. Again, my raw edges are over here. Folded edge is here. And I'm sure it doesn't surprise you. You're supposed to tape this. We're not going to. Teresa's still nodding.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Place small fabric pocket, fabric centered. Wait, what? Oh. I was trying to go backwards and it wasn't working very well.
And now we look like we have 3 lines. Are we keeping the same color?
We
are
are,
going to white?
it says to keep the same color and I think we should. So unless you want white, we can put white in if you would prefer.
I already started going. So I think this is what I preferred.
Gotcha. So we're going to do a total of 3 stitch lines. This is where you do have some control. So if you want larger pockets, don't stitch all of the lines.
Right. Skip.
Skip some so that you have...
like skip your middle or something.
Exactly.
Or skip the first one and do the...
So
or
if
do
larger
these.
pockets are desired, skip color stop 10, which are going to be the
ones in between.
in-betweens.
Yeah.
Yes. How are we doing?
Not
Are
too
we
bad.
straight?
I mean, ish.
That's pretty close.
It's not too bad.
Could have done a lot. That one was pretty good.
Yeah. Not perfect, but it's also not terrible either. If you judge me for my lines on this, you're not my friend,
Exactly.
right? You don't get anything. No projects for you. And do we want, we're gonna add the next grouping, or are we gonna stop here?
I'm game for either. What one would you like?
I think I would probably use this for pens or pencils, so I think doing the
smaller
second one.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
And then if somebody wants to see the sample, they can just imagine if that
Yeah.
line wasn't there, what size the pockets would be.
It's all about imagining.
So all of my crochet hooks came in a bag, so I don't need
don't
a
need
separate
one?
bag for that. But this would be nice if you were just going, like, I just need a couple things.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, the zippered area would be, I finished the wig for Samantha's doll.
Aw,
There's a lot of hair.
I bet. This is definitely like when we like go to training, right?
This would be great.
Well, and you and I are like, well, how many pens do I need to
I
make
need
my
one
notes?
color for this. Did you find it? Let me guess. It was in the one that the stack of stuff we lost from our Kim period.
There, but the original purchase
But she doesn't need the original purchase. She just needs the upgrade.
You know,
serial number.
the serial number of my dongle would have been on the original,
Mm.
not the upgrade. That was my PE10. He's saying that none of them were upgraded. Yeah. I'm sorry. At the moment, I'm not done yet, but
Or the upgrade, but you don't have a serial number for the original.
All right.
no, that's all
so,
I need. The upgrade to 11.
We
thought you
have
meant
another
the-
line here. What are we supposed to be lining up here?
Deal with it later.
Yep, thank you. That's fantastic. That's perfect, Tony. That's actually what I
Clear
need.
vinyl?
We're going to do a placement line, fill in
Or-
this, and
okay.
then we're going to put the clear vinyl down,
Okay.
which I left in the bag so that it wouldn't get all junked up. In our bag, this is the vinyl.
So when we put the pocket down and we didn't put any tape over there, on the Kimberbell instructions, they do have a little piece of tape kind of over the edges here. If you didn't tape there, our foot glided over that without a problem, but you
But
want
you
to
could
just
get a little
pay attention
pull up if your foot hits that fold. Yes, good point.
because that could, like, if it hits it just right, it can pull everything right out of your project.
Oh, okay. I'm like, wait,
I
what?
think
We're going to
we-
put the other thing down too.
Yeah.
So we're going to place I'm just wondering, do we need static-y stuff
Oh, do we have that?
somewhere?
Ow.
The static
The dryer
sheet,
sheets.
dryer sheets. I have them. It's just, hang on, guys. Pull them. I know that they're here. I just think that that'll keep the
Yep.
whatever you put in the pocket better. I got it.
We are just looking for a little dryer sheet. If you have a dryer sheet available to you and you rub your vinyl with it,
Box
it
is
does
in my
help
for whatever
with
reason it's
the
in my
static
office.
cling. Do you put the kits together yourselves? Yes. Our kit would have these exact fabrics in it. And that's because that's what we're working from.
So I'm just going to take our vinyl and I'm going to rub both sides with the dryer sheet. I think this will help with the pocket later on as well for things not having static cling inside the
Right.
pocket. So that's why we're wasting our time looking for all of this. It's not the top. The top doesn't matter. It's the inside
Right.
that really is going to make a difference. So we're going to line that up with long edge centered, placement line, tape in place. Excess vinyl will be towards the top of the hoop. We have that. and then place this down next. So I am going to tape that vinyl because it will slip as I'm
Especially after we put the
after I
other-
put stuff down there.
Yep.
Okay, so again, our edge is all right on that stitch line there. And then the trimmed edge, with the trimmed edge centered on that same line. And I am lining up my stitches, I think. Right?
Yep. Looks right.
Okay. And again, that vinyl is going to make this slippery as well. So I'm just holding that up there. I'm not going to get crazy with the tape, but
Okay.
all right. Color stop 12 is going to stitch all of that down.
Okay. Shall we?
We shall. It's
I
gonna be
love a
quite the
good
fold.
triple stitch.
I know, but that's gonna be quite a fold right there.
Yeah. It lined right up on that line, Lisa. Good job.
I did something right. Yeah. Rocket. I'm writing that down on the calendar. All right, remove the tape and then trim excess fabrics close to zipper pocket placement line. Be careful not to cut the vinyl or quilted zipper. So
probably
we're going to
gonna-
remove this
that.
fabric here. So
Okay.
not these, but this one here.
Okay.
So
We'll do that
and,
on
and removing the tape.
on the table because that will be hard to do over here.
Yes, just mildly.
It's mildly.
Just a little bit.
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to remove my tape. There's all of that. And again, we are not trimming this. We're only getting rid of the original fabrics back here. Okay. Once we have that, I got it. Okay, cut the stabilizer exactly along the zipper pocket placement line. Extend the cut a 1/2 inch past each end of the line. So we're going to cut.
It almost looked like a square at first,
From
didn't it?
That's what I was like. It wants me to cut a square.
Yeah.
So we're going to cut along this line right through the stabilizer. And then we're also going to cut a 1/4 inch up along that edge here. Is that how you're reading that? 1/2 inch past the
Yeah.
stitch line on each end here. So basically from edge to edge
Yes.
of your hoop. But then you also need to cut approximately a 1/4 inch towards the top of the hoop at each end
Yeah, we
here.
have to cut down to that because we're making
So
a theme.
this is where we're going to cut from edge to edge. So a 1/2 inch approximately past, which is going to be here to here.
Yep.
And then we're going to go up that way, a 1/4 inch up.
Yep.
So here I go.
You can use the little rotary
Yep,
cutter.
I'm going to
and-
use the rotary and this little guy so that I am,
So we have our little 28 millimeter rotary cutter out. It's good for little projects like
and
this. We're not cutting through anything.
I'm not cut. I don't have anything underneath. There's stuff on that side of the hoop, but not over here. All right, so I am going to basically cut. This ruler doesn't slide. Imagine that. Got a little bit of fabric in there, which I'm fine with. All right. So got myself a nice hole right in there. Always stresses me out. First time I did that, I was quite wigged out. Doesn't freak me out quite as much as it used to.
No.
All right, and then I'm going to fold all of this fabric up and is that right along the fabric edge? Or out a little bit? Right on the fabric edge?
I think that's right on the fabric edge.
Okay.
Yep. Because it's going to tuck through. We're creating the seam. So you could probably go out a little bit. Maybe at the edge of the 1/2 inch would be the easiest. Because we're going to tuck all of that through.
All right, I actually made 2 snips because I'm not 100% sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I made a snip right at our edge here, and then I made one out a little bit farther so it'll fold under as we need it.
Okay.
So, all right. On the front of the hoop, tuck the lining, that's this guy, through the hole in the stabilizer, which is why we had to cut the hole. Okay. Giving that a nice, petting it very heavily. All right. On the back of the hoop, we're going to turn that over the completed embroidery and tape the edges in place. And then we're going to fold that vinyl over. All right, I actually grasped that. So we're going to come back here. Did we lose? Nope, we did not. Going to put my pad underneath there so I'm not misaligning anything. I am going to fold this back over the embroidery that we already did. So here's the bottom of my hoop this way. So I'm going back up and over. And I'm going to tape the living daylights out of it so that it stays where I put it. We need to work that
We need to work on putting our
the
zipper
zipper
in.
into the vinyl, and so this needs to be out of the way. And I do have that foam mat underneath, the wool mat, to keep from all my pressing here isn't damaging my hooping.
Yeah, you don't want to press it out.
Don't want to get it out of position so things don't line up. I'm actually going to go just a little higher there so that I don't have any folds for a foot or
Right.
something to get caught on. All right. Once we have that, we're going to flip back to the front. And now we're going to take our vinyl and pull that this way. Try to not have threads and random things that you're going to sew into the design. All right. And we're going to tape this in this way. I don't actually have a lot of room on the sides to tape. So I'm gonna just do this end here because there's nowhere for me to put tape on the edges there. So again, we have vinyl here that's been folded over and taped into place. And our original quilting part A has been tucked into that opening there and folded back so it's out of the way.
Yep.
So that is what we now have, and we're going to put that back. Yep, just checking.
And it's going to stitch the vinyl down.
And we're still in light. That was what I wasn't sure if we were supposed to switch colors or
Oh,
not.
yeah.
So, all right, we should be on color stop 13, and it is just going to do that switch.
Oops, sorry.
That's okay.
There we go.
We're going to stitch this guy right here, which is going to tack that vinyl.
We're not threaded.
I must have bumped it. Pop, 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 pop. Okay, before we go to the next part, we have to remove the stabilizer from the inside, otherwise it's not coming out. So.
Okay.
So we're going to flip to the back. And again, I have the foam guy underneath in there, throwing stuff on the ground too. And I am going to just trim inside that stitch line. You want to get as close as possible. Do not cut the vinyl or the stitches. I'm definitely going the wrong direction. I'm going to turn it the other way. Okay, we now have a pocket. Look at that. Okay, back to the machine. And now we're going to move to white because we're going to use the zipper and placement for that. So
I'll give you that one.
Okay.
This is just white, whatever white you want. We're using
White.
white.
And again, in our kit, we have the lace zipper there for you. So pull that out. And color stop 14 is going to be that placement line. And I got to cut the hole between those. I can totally do that without cutting any stitches, right? All right. Got a few hanger-ons to our mat over there. All right, back over to where I can cut. I am going to not have that underneath of it. And I need to remove the vinyl from the inside of that area right there. And the reason is otherwise I won't have any zipper.
Sure.
I need to have a clearance, if you will, for the zipper teeth. So we're going to
Trimming along the stitch line, be sure to cut off
inside the
trimming
placement line. That's what if I was supposed to cut on the line or inside the line was where it says cut inside the zipper placement line, trimming along. Be sure to cut off okay, so it is on that.
Yeah, you're basically cutting that out.
I am cutting right on that line. So
Yep.
I don't want those stitches there.
Yes.
Is the end result, which was what I was trying to read and find out. So
Tucker, do we have any of the mini wool mats in stock?
I think we have
It just tell me or bring one over here. So
I think we
can
have
see it.
bundles. I don't know that we have individuals.
Okay.
All right, so with my little ruler that fits so nicely in there, I've got that section here. I just need to snip off the end.
One single.
Okay. So Dee asked if we had any of the wool pads. So I have one of the 5x7s in stock. This is $40, and then we have the bundle, which has 5x7, 8x8, 8x12, 5x7, 6x10, 8x8, and 8x12. So we have a couple different versions here in the store.
I'm going to trim this left edge here just a little wider. Didn't get all the stitching. I got part of it, but not all of it. Okay, that's better.
See you later.
All right, I'm actually going to just snip this because my rotary, oh, never mind.
You
Say
had
the rotary wasn't doing it, but it evidently it did, and I just didn't realize it. So I have yet another hole. Okay. And we're going back to, oh, hang on. Nope. Before we stitch, I have to put the zipper in there. And I want zipper pull to the left of the hoop. So by the grip.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes,
This is the left.
that is the left.
So my zipper pull goes here. And basically my teeth need to be right over that line. So I generally kind of walk that down so that I know that it's over. I'm going to pull it this way so that zipper heads out of the way a little bit more. Zipper teeth right in the middle there. Right in the middle there. And again at this side here. So this one's super easy. You can cheat and make sure. I actually shifted a little in the center there when I pushed. I can fix that. Isn't that neat?
Mm-hmm. If you can get your tape up.
Yeah, it tapes to that. It tapes. It sticks to your vinyl pretty good though. There we go. Acceptable to you?
Looks pretty good.
All right, now we're gonna go back to the machine. We still have our white thread in. And hang on. There we go. That was in the,
Okay, and now we're gonna stitch this down, right?
we are,
Okay.
number 15.
Okay, I didn't finish threading.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. Apparently I got sidetracked.
She came over and
She did,
you
yep.
were- All right, and
Okay.
here we go.
This is like against every rule we have. Don't
I know,
stick
right?
anything in the hoop when there's no stabilizer.
You just have to be willing to break the rules.
Yep.
Obviously, Kimberbell is okay with breaking rules. We do need to remove our tape after this stitch. And then we take the pocket back into the right spot instead of on the other side.
That makes sense. And then probably.
And then it'll tack that. So we're going to switch back
Okay.
to this guy. So you can do that while I
All right.
remove tape and move that.
Okay.
Okay.
Zipper is tacked down. We're gonna take this back off the
Just gets farther and
machine.
farther away.
I know, right?
All right. So I need to remove the tape. One.
Hold on. There we go. Sorry, hit the wrong button. There we go.
Two. I have found that when you're doing this, faster works better than slower. It'll shred a little, or not shred, but tear at
Oh,
that
yeah, a
stitch
little
line better.
easier.
If you go slow, it sometimes goes like in between the stitches and it doesn't
Mhm.
tear as cleanly. So that will be a working zipper. Look at that. Okay. Going to take that off. And it folds now over to here. A little of my hair in there. I'm pushing pretty hard to make sure that that's nice and tight. So without something underneath there, I could,
Easily pop
easily
that out.
pop that out
or
of
stretch
position.
it more.
Yep. So make sure that you have
And then cover those corners because we don't want those to get stuck
caught on anything.
when we slide it in on the machine on the hoop.
I definitely chintz on tape in a lot of places, but the back of my hoop is not one of them.
Yeah, it's awful when you realize that you stitched.
Your whole project jacked up because you didn't put
Didn't
enough
put the
tape or
tape
didn't put
there.
any tape or
Yeah. That looks good.
Okay.
So it's going to tack down everything at the
At
base
this
down
edge
here. Yep.
Zipper is still underneath there. Okay.
Okay. We went back to that lighter teal color. What was that, 904?
That sounds right. All right. In our kit, we also have a length of ribbon.
Mhm.
So we're going to pull that guy out. We're going to fold that ribbon in half. And we are going to stitch to see where to put it. So go ahead and hit go.
That might be longer than it needs to be.
Well, it's easier to remove it later than it is to,
True.
so if it's too long,
It's probably going to get trimmed, right? So you can tie, cut in half. You won't.
so we're going to put the fold.
There. Okay, that makes sense. Yep.
1/4 inch past that and tape it in place.
Okay.
So I think we can probably manage that over
I
here.
think so too.
At that one.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, maybe they should have done that in a different color. So that is.
Let's slide that underneath that tape.
Don't need this tape anymore.
Right. Trying to make sure it's straight. You don't want your ribbon to be cattywampus, right?
No catty wampus here. Got the end.
And then one on the inside.
And then one on the inside to make sure there's no shifting. Okay.
And then just, yeah. We don't want to get caught in their foot either.
And number 18, we'll tack that in place. All right, this
Okay.
is a super important step. I don't want
Open the
anybody to
zipper.
skip. We're going to open the zipper to the center. And then don't zip your ribbon into the zipper. And then we're going to take these ends here and tape them down so that they stay where we want them instead of scooching into a side seam, because we don't want that. Once that is in position, you will take
See the
your backing and cover your entire project.
Pretty side down.
Pretty side should go down. We're going to have an opening here when it's to turn through, and then we're going to stitch number 19.
Yep, so double check that your zipper is open
Zipper,
before. Yep.
can't see it there, sorry. Zipper needs to go in, so it should be here, not on the edge.
Yes.
Tape your ribbon in place there, and then pretty side should go down. Cover everything, and stitch number 19.
This is the last color.
Okay, that's not what the picture of the opening looked like in the drawing, but that will work.
I think our seam is going 2 different ways at the bottom. Be okay.
Oh, underneath?
Yeah.
I got you. That one's going this way? Because that's the way it pushed.
Yep.
Should have taped that down.
Yeah. Well, now they know.
So we probably should say that out loud.
Yeah. We'll show.
This one's smooth.
Yeah.
This one feels like a bump.
Yeah. I
So.
think it got split or something.
Nope, no note in there to do that. So we didn't skip it.
We didn't skip it. Nope. All right.
All
So
right.
that's the last part
That
of the.
is all of the
sewing
stitching.
in the
So yeah. So before you stitch that final one here, I had tape back here, but I had it far enough, you know, I was worrying it more for folding and whatnot.
Mhm.
I would even put it right over the seam because it's certainly going to be easy enough to rip out.
Yeah.
To keep this folded flat, so you can see it kind of pushed. So I have stuff going in both directions where that side is laying nice and flat. That is the direction the foot was going, which is why it automatically pushed there. So to do this again, I would
Yeah.
literally tape right over that seam to keep it in position underneath.
Exactly. And if this happens and you want to correct that issue, you could just use your seam
Unstitch
ripper
that
and
section
yeah,
and then just go back over that
yeah,
area.
or go to your sewing machine and do a couple
A
stitches
couple stitches
right there with that
for
same
sure. For
thread.
sure. I taped my finger in.
Mhm.
All right, so we're going to pop that out. We are going to remove the excess zipper and have approximately 1/4 of an inch all the way around. Got vinyl coming off. We got zipper coming off.
All kinds of goodies.
All kinds of goodies is right. I don't know, there's a picture of a needle and thread on there. Do you know what that is? Okay, just checking.
I am fairly certain we're going to stitch that up with the machine. Little top stitch right down that side.
It'll look perfect.
Oh.
Decorative thread or blending thread, you choose. All right, and then we're going to come in
I can't see.
and
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
double cut your corners.
So she's kind of like grading the seam there after she cuts the corners to just help take some of the bulk out.
Give us a little bit sharper corners. Okay, so I have 4 corners trimmed. We're now going to turn through that opening and use your turning tool to blunt out and push those corners into position.
Oh, off camera. There you go.
I'm trying.
I know it's hard to.
I only have so
reach
long
in.
of arms. It's nice and stiff. Still a little sticking on that vinyl there. Just be gentle. I would definitely press those edges too. Just when you do, make sure you're not hitting your iron directly on your vinyl. Press from the bottom. All right, and I'm gonna just take my turning tool and gently push those corner seams out there. Actually kind of pushing those in there too. Remove your tape off of your ribbon so it stops sticking to you. All right. And there you have a beautiful functioning zipper, which is always a bonus. And then we have multitude of pockets there. We can put, I think this particular one's too big, but the OESD one's shorter. So, you know, if you're using tools and different things like that.
Right.
But marking pens, any type of pen is going to fit in there. Crochet hooks, short knitting needles or anything like that would certainly work. And you've got that end there that, like she was saying, we're not really big on the whole hand sewing thing here, so we'll probably throw that on a sewing machine and just put one stitch right up the side there. And once you have that finished and full, you just use your ribbon as the tie.
Yep. How cute.
And there's your finished roll up.
Yep. Keep everything nice and tidy.
Da, 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 da. That is super cute.
It is really cute.
I really like that.
Yes. Awesome. Awesome.
And it's my colors too.
Right? These are great. All right.
Push out those corners. I didn't do that.
So close.
So close.
All right. Well,
That's what we got.
that was lots of fun. Thanks everybody for joining us. So, there we go.
There you go.
Yeah, it's so cute. So cute. One of my favorite projects we've done with Kimberbell.
This is adorable.
Yeah, it's adorable.
Absolutely, and it's perfect colors.
Yep.
And these stripes are pretty dang good with our stitching.
Yeah. You could put elastic in place of
this and just loop around.
Yeah,
Yep,
which
you
would
could certainly
be
put a loop of elastic in there if that's
a nice, so you don't have ribbon hanging.
you know, having your loose ends here and a loop of elastic here, and then you just go around the whole thing.
Exactly.
That would be raw ends out instead of
Yeah.
instead of the fold out like we did with this.
Right.
You're going to put your raw ends out.
Right.
So, all right.
That's what we have. All right, guys. Thank you so much for spending your Wednesday morning with us.
Hopefully we'll see you this afternoon.
Okay. Oh, couple questions. Yes, you do get both sizes in the file. The file you can purchase anytime. They will show up in your Kimberbell account on April 1st. Or if you purchased later, if you're watching this and it's in the middle of April of some sort of like that, it should appear in your account within 24 hours of a work day week. If you purchase on Saturday night, you might not see it until Monday morning. So just FYI. But that is what we have. It is super cute, and we thank you all for joining us. We will see some of you this afternoon. We're going to be talking about free motion quilting and rulers.
Fun.
Yeah, lots of fun. This is the last week of our quilt month, so we're super excited to do a little bit more quilting. Yes. And until next month for our Kimberbell people. Bye.